Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim. Today is December's TBR trail. Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well. If you're new here, TBR Trail is my TBR game that I play every month. I absolutely love watching TBR games and love playing them, so I made my own one. I will leave in the description box below the video where I talk about all the rules and explain kind of the overarching idea of the game. I was inspired to make the game because of Becca and the Books and her Becca's Bookopoly, which I have a link down below, and also Cody's Book Corner, her Wheel of TBR, and all the many other games as well. And the style of the board was inspired by The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, so that's why there's like lots of books and cats and candles and things like that. And owls, there are owls, although I don't think you can see the owls very clearly. So I just start by talking about the books I picked last month for TBR Trail, and those were Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb, My Inventions and Other Writings by Nikola Tesla, On Immunity and Inoculation by Ula Biss, and I also had Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen in there as well. And I actually feel like I'm going to complete it this month. So if I don't manage to complete a monthly TBR trail, then the punishment is that I don't get to be like frivolous with buying books. So I can't just like go and browse online or go and browse in a shop or anything like that and pick up whatever books. There has to be a particular reason why I want a book. So that's kind of my punishment that I use to rein myself in just buying random books for the sake of it. But this month I might have a free pass on that because I think I will complete it, hopefully. I finished The Ship of Magic and gave that 5 stars. I have already reviewed this in my latest recent reads video I just put up, so I'll link that down below if you wanted to hear my thoughts on this. But 5 stars, absolutely loved it, can't wait for the next one. Then I've also completed Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I haven't reviewed that yet, but I will be in my next recent reads video that I do. But that I only gave 3 stars to. Didn't like it as much as Emma or Pride and Prejudice, which I've also read, I've listened to all of them. Yeah, I was really quite disappointed with it, even though I love the film, but I'll talk more about that obviously in my recent reads video. I still liked it, I still gave it 3 stars, but I didn't love it like I thought I would. Then Nikola Tesla, I'm partway through. It's a very quick read actually, and this is really interesting. I can't wait to talk about this one. And then On Immunity, I actually begun reading today. I'm a few days away from the end of November. And yeah, this is so interesting. It's about vaccinations. It's written more from like the mother's point of view. It's written from her point of view as a mother. And yeah, it's so interesting so far. So I'm looking forward to talking more about this one as well. So yeah, successful November TBR trail, I think. Just before I start the rolls, I'll just mention again that last month I kind of announced the stakes I was giving to the different teams on the board. So there's 4 different coloured teams, and so basically if either the red or the blue team win, then I'm going to make some sort of charity donation. I'm yet to decide on what the charity will be, and if the purple or black team win, then I'm going to do a giveaway for one of you guys. So I'm really excited about that. And at the moment the black and the purple team seem to not be getting the good rolls, but hopefully things will start changing. And things will become more equal than they are now. So yeah, with that all said, let's start the first roll. So it's time for roll number 1 for December. Okay, so it was last the red's turn, so now it's the blue team's turn, and the red and the blues seem to be pretty ahead of the game at the moment. And I think both of those teams correspond to the charity donations. Okay, so time for the blues. 3. Okay, so I can't bring a new blue out, so 1, 2, 3. Can either go to that or 1, 2, 3 or a candle. I might bring this one over actually to the candle, and that corresponds to these prompts here. So I think these are like more difficult prompts, so don't really know why I made that decision. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I got, can you read that? Try a chapter for 3 books and then read 1. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I can try a chapter of any book I want because it was in the free choice section, and then pick one of those to read. Okay, so role number 1 was read the first chapter of 3 different books and then choose the one I'm most interested in to read. So for this, I chose the first book of 3 different trilogies that I have on my shelves that I've picked up because of BookTube in some way. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a cozy Christmassy try a chapter tag video for those 3 books, and then pick one during that video. So hopefully I'll put that up soon so you guys will be able to see it. But I'll just quickly show you the books I have chosen for that video. And the first one is The Eve of Man by Giovanna and Tom Fletcher, and this is the first book in the Eve of Man trilogy. Next up is Scythe by Neil Schusterman, and this book is the first one in the Arc of a Scythe series. And the final one, which I'm really intrigued about, is Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and this is the first book in the Illuminae Files series. So I'm really excited to try the start of those and let you know what my thoughts are. Okay, so now on to the the black team, and I need an even number 1. Oh, so they are trapped still. And then, okay, good, I can bring out a purple. So it's 4. So this means it has to be a STEM book and a non-fiction book. And the prompt is read a book with a title over 5 words long. And this can go here because it's non-fiction and STEM. Okay, so role number 2 gave me read a book with 5 or more words in the title, and it had to be a STEM book, so science, technology, engineering, or mathematics, and it also had to be non-fiction. So actually this was surprisingly hard to do, from the books on my shelves anyway. But what I've chosen is The Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs by Steve Buscemi. So this book basically does exactly what it says on the tin, and it teaches you about the dinosaurs, and Steve is one of the kind of top paleontologists. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Okay, so role number 3. It's back to the red team now. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another candle. That means another hard one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's another one of these guys. Read the first book discussed in the newest BookTube video. Okay, that's luckily free choice, so it could literally be anything. That's really concerning. Okay, when I come to do my TBR, I'll do that live so you can see my reaction. Okay, so rule number 3 was that I have to look in my subscription feeds on my BookTube account, and I have to read the first book that is mentioned. So I'm really nervous about this because what I try and do with TBR Trail is only read books from my TBR. So this is one of the very few prompts that forces me to deviate from that. And I'm really scared as to what it is. And it fell within free choice as well. So it could literally be anything. I'm not reading the Bible or any kind of religious texts because that's obviously unrealistic. And I was thinking about this because when I got that prompt, I had a look to see what it would be if I looked immediately then. And it was a cookery book. So I don't think I'm going to count a cookery book either. So it does have to be like a non-fiction book or a fiction book, but not like a technical book, if you know what I mean, or a religious text. So those are my rules I've put to this. So I've managed to work out how to screen record my phone. So I'm going to put it up here so you can see what I'm doing. Hey guys, this is Editing Kim. So I've decided that I wasn't going to show my screen on my phone, which is a shame. I edited it all together and then I suddenly thought about copyright and things like that, so started worrying that I was doing the wrong thing and that maybe I should ask permission before I like post people's videos up, which I think is fair. So anyway, I need to look into the rules and like the etiquette of everything a little bit more. So in future, I might be able to do it. So to avoid doing the wrong thing, I've just decided that I'm going to do this voiceover and talk about what I saw. The first video that came up was Emily's video. So Emily from Emily Beth Hall, she is also a booktuber. And her video came up straight away. She had posted 18 minutes before and it was called I'm Doing Bookmas. So I watched that and sadly she didn't mention any books, so I couldn't use that for my prompt. But she's really great, so if you wanted to go and check her out, then I'll leave all the information down in the description for you to do that. And yeah, and she said she's doing Bookmas, which is very exciting. So I'll link that video down below if you wanted to go and watch that too. Okay, so then I went down to the next video in my subscriptions, and that was Ashley from Bookish Realms video, which was the unpopular opinions tag. And my heart kind of sank because I thought, oh no, it's going to be books that she doesn't like, isn't it? Which doesn't bode well for me. Having said that, if she's saying she didn't like a book in the unpopular opinions tag, that probably means that everybody else does like it. So I don't know, it's a bit of a hit and miss one. Anyway, so it turned out that the first question in the video was popular book series you didn't like. And the book that she said she didn't like for that question was An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. And yeah, So that is what I'm going to be reading this next month. So it turns out it's a YA fantasy, which is probably pretty obvious by the cover. So YA fantasies have been a bit hit and miss with me, so I hope that I fall on the side where I do really like it, but we shall see. I'll also leave the link to Bookish Realm down in the description, and also to Ashley's social media points in case you wanted to go and check her out as well. I really loved doing this tag and like including the book community, so I'd really love to be able to include videos in the future of people. So hopefully I'll be able to just sort it out more in advance and be able to contact people and ask their permission and stuff like that. So I'll try and make sure I do that if it comes up again. But yeah, okay, let's go to the next roll. Okay, so final roll for December, and what were we on? Reds. Okay, so now we're back to blue team again. 6. Oh, can I take one of these guys out? No. Okay. Cat. Okay, no, I'm not doing the cat again. I'm going to do a book, because the cats take the decision out of my hand, and I don't want that to happen this month after the last prompt. Okay, so... Ooh, okay, this is another booktube one. Read a book recommended by a favourite booktuber. So that's really nice. And that's going to be non-fiction. So I've got 2 non-fictions for December, which is not really holiday reading, but we'll go with it. Okay, so that goes there. Okay, so roll number 4 was another booktube one. I think this keeps happening in this game where like prompts come up that kind of link together more than you would think. Anyway, yeah, so this one is another booktuber one, and it's to read a non-fiction book by one of my favourite booktubers. And at first I thought it was going to be a hard decision to make, like choosing a booktuber, but actually then when I looked at my shelves it became very obvious what I should choose, and that is The Feather Thief by Kirk Wallace Johnson. I've wanted to read this book for months, and this is one of the books that Alice from the Book Castle has raved about in the past. And it's the reason I bought it, and so therefore that is what I'm going to use for this prompt. So this book tells a true story of a guy that went into one of the British museums and stole a bunch of really, really expensive feathers, and apparently it's super interesting. It doesn't sound that interesting when you think like, who cares who went and stole some feathers? Doesn't sound very interesting, but apparently it is fascinating. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this one this month. Okay, so I'll be reading one of these 3 books once I've done my try chapter tag video, and then I will also be reading these 2 guys this month, which I think I bought at the same time, which is quite nice. And then I'll also be reading Ember in the Ashes. I have no idea what that's about, so I will look into that and let you know when I've read it. I assume it's YA, it looks YA, but that's just an assumption from the cover of the book. Okay, so that's everything this month. I hope that everybody is doing well and surviving through COVID chaos. Leading up to Christmas, I'm sure it's going to become harder for people, so I hope everybody is okay. I will look forward to chatting to you guys in the comments, and I will see you next time. Take care, guys. Bye.